I've always hated electronic stud finders. Maybe because I've always had cheap ones, but for around the house I could never justify spending over $20 on one. The batteries always die, and I never have another 9V. It's difficult to tell when it's reading the edge or the middle of the stud, and you have to mark on the wall because you don't have 3 arms. So this product addresses all that, and I've used it a couple times. It works great. I have knocked down on my walls and I can kind of hover it while still being able to tell when the magnet starts pulling. Dragging across heavy knock can scuff it or chip it a little sometimes. You can feel it when it gets close to a screw. It'll kind of pull you in. I like the shape, as opposed to the much smaller ones. The long shape gives you a much better range to work with as opposed to the smaller, similar versions. But, my biggest complaint, and the reason I am giving 4 stars, is because it needs a bubble level. This would have been so easy to implement into the design. Because finding the stud screw is great, but if your anchor point is 8 or 10 inches above or below that, you have to eyeball the straight line or use an actual level. If this thing is tilted even a few degrees, at a little bit of a distance, it can throw you off the stud. They should really add that feature to the basic version and then produce an upgraded version that emits a laser from the top and bottom, so you can visualize your entire stud line from one screw point. A simple laser could run off small, watch-style batteries, to let the design stay similar. Just my 2 cents, that aren't worth 0 cents. I had considered getting one of these for years, but always used my electronic. Finally, after a frustrating day of my electronic one erroring out and telling me several locations for one stud, I said enough. I was reluctant to spend the small price tag for one of these magnetic finders, and I tried using a small high-powered magnet I already had, but it is not the same. The StudBuddy worked great and helped me find several screws in just a couple minutes. Yes, it relies on the fact the original drywall hanger hit the stud correctly, but I was 4 for 4 on successful screw placements in a much faster, less frustrating manner than the electric one. I love that this little tool works so efficiently and is small enough, doesn't need batteries to throw in with the quick kit we have for little home projects, hang a picture, mirror, tighten a screw, nail a baseboard back down, etc. Click link in description for more reviews.